Hi students, welcome to my lectures on mechanical unit operations. In this video, we are going to discuss about the efficiency of crushing. As this subject deals with the particles and size reduction of particles, and there are many machines that does this job. Example, jaw crushers or ball mill, roll crushers, hammer mill. There are different coarse, medium and fine crushers are there. So our job is to design the crushers, that means energy requirements for this crusher, because if you want to make a machine, then you should know how much energy machine you have to make. So to make or design this machine, the efficiencies plays very important role, because our job is to reduce the size. Typically the size reduction process, the efficiencies will be around 5 to 10%, for example. Okay, maximum efficiencies of 5 to 10%. That means even though you make a machine which is of 100 joules, it can able to energy, only 5 joules has gone into the crushing the material. Rest every energy will be lost in the form of heat, in the form of sound, in the form of elastic forces within the body. So today we are going to design that term, that what should be the energy requirement of a machine. That means what energy machine I have to design. Okay, that's what the today's job. To deal with this, I have something we are discussing about the efficiencies, and typically the efficiencies are very low. Okay, let me give you a very simple example why the efficiency are very low. Okay, imagine I am a crusher, you are sitting in front of you. My job is to reduce this chip size which is there in my hand, which is just a corn chips. I have to reduce the size of the corn chips. I am the machine who doing this job. In order for me to crush this material, I should have some energy within me. So I have some energy drink with me in the form of water. So whatever energy I am taking in, using that energy I have to crush this material. That is what the job. See, I am taking some water or a energy drink. Now my body has absorbed this energy. Now I got some energy to do work. What I am doing is I have to crush this material. To crush this material, I have to lift my hand. I have to bring close my two hands. I keep some material here between my two hands, and I have to crush the material. See how many processes are involved, and I can do this. Okay, I am crushing this material. Okay, see what happened. Whatever the energy I am taking in the form of liquid, it is doing what it is doing. This energy, first of all, it is helping me to move my hand. Okay, this moving my hand does not anything to do with crushing. That means whatever the energy I am taking in, that is used to run my own body first. Okay, then after that what I am doing is I am lifting my hand and crushing this material. Okay, see what happened. Whatever the energy I am putting on this material has gone into 3 different aspects. One is breaking of this material to the smaller size. Okay, and second, few energies lost in the form of sound. Okay, few energy he has lost in the form of heat, because when I am clapping my hands will get heated up. Okay, that means whatever the energy I have taken in the form of liquid, few energy has gone into running my body, few energy has gone into the form of sound, few energy has gone into the form of heating up my hands, and only small energy has gone into crushing this material. Imagine, to crush this material, only part of this energy has used up in crushing, rest everything has lost. Example, because some energy I have used to lifting my hand, some energy has gone into the sound waves, some energy has gone into my heat, only small energy has gone into the crushing this material. This is why the efficiencies for crushing are very low. I hope you understand with the solid example. In the few moments we go to the board and discuss about this efficiencies. As discussed, there are two kinds of efficiencies. One is mechanical efficiency, one is crushing efficiency. What is this mechanical? Okay, before I go to, I told you that lost energy. There are few energy will be lost. One is in the form of sound, one is in the form of heat, third is in the form of elastic forces. Okay, what is this elastic forces lost? Imagine a rubber band. Okay, if you stretch the rubber band, okay, the energy will be contained within this rubber band only. Okay, and imagine you are crushing such a material which is a bit elastic in nature. That means whatever the energy you are putting in, it is not breaking up. What it is doing instead, it got stretched. Okay, if it is got stretched, few energy will be inside the body itself, because our job is to crush this material. That means even though there are energy is lost in the form of straining the material, that means elastic forces inside the material, that is also lost energy. Only energy that is counted is making up the smaller particles. Rest everything, heat energy, sound energy, elastic energy, which is of use, no use to us. That is why efficiencies are very low. Let us come back. I am discussing about the two kind of efficiencies. One is mechanical efficiency, second is crushing efficiency. What is this mechanical efficiency? Whatever the energy I am taking in the form of liquid, okay, this is the total energy I am taking in, and whatever energy I have utilized, that means I told you, right, whatever energy I am taking in my body and used to move my body muscles. Okay, that means if a machine, imagine the machine which is taking energy from the electricity grid, it is used to run its own. So how much amount of energy it is taking in and how much amount of it is used up in running its own. If you count these two, that is called the mechanical efficiency. And second efficiency, crushing efficiency. As I told you, whatever energy I am putting, okay, in the material, okay, only part of the energy gone into the crushing, rest everything is lost in the form of heat, sound, okay, and elastic forces. If I count these two, that means I am putting whatever energy putting into the material, only part of the energy used in crushing the material, rest everything is lost. If I count these two, this is called the crushing efficiency. So that is why there are two kinds of efficiencies. Remember, mechanical efficiency and crushing efficiency. Let us go to the board and discuss about the actual scenario. Hi students, let us follow the flow sheet to explain about the efficiencies of crushings, because our ultimate objective is to design a crusher or grinder. That means energy requirements of a crusher or a grinder. This is the flow sheet. This is the machine which I was talking about. It could be ball mill, it could be roll crusher, hammer mill, jaw crusher, anything. The machine, any machine draw the energy from the grid in the form of electricity. That is called energy fed to the particular machine is called W. Whatever the energy machine is absorbing, it is part of the energy has gone into the crushing. What happens to the rest of energy? Is lost in the form of heat, sound, friction. Imagine a machine is a bulkier in nature. It got the bearings, it got the flywheels to get rotated. No, during this rotation, a friction inside the machine itself, and because of this friction, more heat is getting generated, and because of this production of heat, whatever the energy absorbed by the machine, it is lost. Few of the energy lost in the form of heat, sound, and friction. Only part of the energy, which is WA, has gone onto the feed particle. That means out of W energy, this is the lost energy. W minus this lost energy will go into the particle. That means this effective energy gone into the crushing the material, which is called WA. This WA is the energy that has gone into the feed particle. What happens? The feed particle will be crushed now. Okay. Whatever the energy absorbed by the feed particle through the crusher, and part of the energy gone into the formation of product. What is the product? These are the new surface area. That means more is the product, more is the surface area. If more is the surface area, more is the energy gone into the product. That means out of this WA energy, this is the energy that has gone into creation of new surface area. That means energy means nothing but energy conservation principle. Whatever the energy absorbed by the feed particle, part of the energy gone into the formation of product, which is called new surface area. And what are the rest of the energy? Rest of the energy goes in the form of heat. I told you. Okay, few energy lost in the form of sound, form of heat, and form of elastic forces. That means out of this WA energy absorbed by the feed particle, only useful energy is this one. Rest heat, sound, elastic forces inside the particle is a lost energy. Okay, what is the elastic force? I told you, if you take about the dough, okay, atta, okay, chapati dough. Imagine if you try to crush the dough, what is going to happen? It is not going to form a smaller particle, right? It is going to deform itself. Okay, in such cases there is no production of new surface area. Only thing is some elastic forces will be there inside the body. It's a rubber band example. If you stretch the rubber band will not break. Okay, it will be gone into the elastic forces. Okay, this is called the elastic forces I am talking about. That means out of this WA energy that has gone into the feed particle, part of the energy used in the form of new surface area, part has gone into the heat, sound, elastic forces, is waste energy. Because that is of no useful to us, but we cannot avoid it also. Okay, that is why the efficiencies are defined. Now let us define the efficiency. There are two efficiencies. One is mechanical efficiency and second is crushing efficiency. What is this mechanical efficiency? Energy absorbed by the solid, okay, divided by energy fed to the machine. What is the energy that is absorbed by the feed particle? That is WA. What is the energy fed to the machine? W. If you take the ratio of WA to W, then it is called the mechanical efficiency. Second efficiency, crushing efficiency. Crushing efficiency is defined as new surface energy because of the crushing. That means whatever the energy that has gone onto the feed particle, only part of the energy created new surface area. You can see the new surface area. 4 smaller particles means new surface area has got created. And this is called the new surface, ratio of this new surface area divided by energy absorbed by the solid, which is WA. When you take the ratio of these two, then you get the crushing efficiency. That is why it is defined as ES into ASP minus ES into ASF divided by WA. WA is an energy absorbed by the solid. What is ES into ASP? Talking about the energy of the product, surface energy of the product. What is ES into ASF? Surface energy of the feed particle. Okay, surface energy of the products minus surface energy of the feed divided by energy absorbed by the feed. This is called the crushing efficiencies. So let us continue defining this particular terms. Okay, thank you. Hi students, what is ES? ES is the surface energy per unit area. Okay, if I talk about the feed particle, every feed has got its surface, right? Every surface has got some energy. That means ES is equal to surface energy per unit area. Okay, but if it is 1 meter of area, then accordingly it will have some energy. If it is 2 meters of surface area, it will have some more energy. That means ES is talking about surface energy per unit area. What is ASF? ASF is the specific surface area of the feed. That means we are starting with the feed particle, right? Feed particle which has one surface area. So that is the surface area. That means ASF is equal to specific surface area of the feed. That means in meter square per kg. That means every kg of feed, what is the surface area? Similarly, ASP, specific surface area of the product. That means after crushing, we have smaller particles. See, you take 1 kg of smaller particles, count the surface area, measure the surface area. Okay, that is a meter square. What is the surface area of the product for every kg of the particles? That is called the specific surface area of the product. What is the, I told you, right? Crushing efficiency is the surface energy of the product minus surface energy of the reactants, right? This is called product surface energy per unit mass. Okay, which is ES into ASP. What is ES? Joules per meter square. That means per meter square means every meter square of the product, what is the surface energy? Joule per meter square, or ES. ASP is equal to meter square per kg. If you multiply ES into ASP, meter square get cancels out. What you get? Joule per kg. This is called joule per kg. How much amount of energy is there in every kg of the product? That is called the energy of the product. Second is feed surface energy per unit mass. What is the feed surface energy? Because I am talking about the same feed, ES will not change. ES means joule per meter square. ASF means meter square per kg of the feed. That means here ASF is talking about if I take 1 kg of the feed particle, how much amount of surface area is there. That is what the ASF. If you multiply ES into ASF, joule per meter square into meter square per kg, meter square cancels out, joule per kg. That means here feed energy is talking about what is the joule per kg of the feed. Let us go back to what is the crushing efficiency? ES into ASP minus ES into ASF divided by WA. If you common out ES, this is called ASP minus ASF divided by WA. What is the WA? Is nothing but ES into ASP minus ASF by crushing efficiency. If you want to compare mechanical efficiency and crushing efficiency, what is mechanical efficiency? Is WA by W. Substitute this WA in place of here, you get ES into ASP minus ASF by NC into W. What is the, from this equation, you have to find out what is the W. W, energy fed to the machine is nothing but ES into ASP minus ASF by crushing efficiency into mechanical efficiency. This is very important, right? When you talk about, see, our ultimate objective is to design the machine, right? For you to design the machine, you should know the energy requirements. Let's say, example, it's a 500 kilowatt ka hai, 1000 kilowatt ka hai, ya 1 kilowatt ka hai. Example, these are the requirements of the machine, okay? Using this equation, you can design a machine. That means, what is the energy requirement to the machine? Okay, for crushing the particle from feed diameter this to feed surface area to this to feed surface area this. That means for you to crush feed particle to the product particle, what is the energy requirement? You can get it from this W, and that is dependent on NC and NM. If you know the crushing efficiency, if you know the mechanical efficiency, then you can using this equation you can calculate what is the requirement from the grid, how much energy what is the design, what is the machine I can design so that it can take this much amount of energy from the grid to crush these particles. So this is what the agenda W find out. So this is the equation that is normally the basis for the crushing laws. If you remember, the crushing laws are namely Kick's law, Rettinger's law, Bond's law, right? For these laws, this is the basic equation. From this equation, we can derive the all laws, okay? Kick's law, Bond's law, Rettinger's law, which is primarily used for designing the crushers and grinders, okay? I hope this video is useful, and we'll meet you soon with the example.